Tonight on 7 News, the monsters of motorsports make their return to the North Country. We take a first-hand look at the larger-than-life trucks taking to the Evan Mills Raceway. Plus, labor stoppages continue to loom over the nation's supply chain as a trucking company is set to strike at the same time as one airline looks to lock down a deal with its pilots. And extreme heat expands across the country, raising alerts for at least 100 million Americans, with dangerous temperatures causing trouble for travelers.
You're watching the North Country's news station. 7 News this evening starts now.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Brendan Straub is off this weekend. I'm Zach Grady. A Syracuse man is dead after drowning at Southwick Beach State Park. New York State Park Police responded along with state police from Lowville to a reported drowning just before 2:30 p.m. on Saturday afternoon. Authorities say when they arrived, CPR was being administered to the victim after being removed from the water by other swimmers. 40-year-old O'Donnell Exchange was transported by ambulance to Samaritan Medical Center, where he was pronounced deceased. Police say there is no signs of foul play at this time, with their investigation remaining pending. Officials say it appears that Mr. Archange died from an apparent drowning. In other news, this summer's historic heat wave is expected to continue to worsen, with about 230 million people facing temperatures of 90 degrees or more by Wednesday. CBS News correspondent Christiane Benavides reports from Miami.
Sweltering and unrelenting. More than 110 million people experiencing severe high temperatures Sunday. The predicted highs across the Southwest in the triple digits. South Florida is under an excessive heat warning for the third time in a week.
Under this warning, conditions can potentially be very dangerous and even cause a deadly heat stroke, even with limited exposure.
Extreme heat is driving up energy use too. Arizona's power grid operator told CBS News they're marking 7 days in a row of the highest customer electricity use ever.
The heat has been unrelenting in our community.
Kate Gallego is the mayor of Phoenix, where temperatures have reached over 110 degrees for a record 24 days in a row.
To anyone who has to work outdoors, we appreciate what they're doing and we're urging them to be careful.
More than 3,500 temperature records have been set this month alone in the U.S., and the extreme weather is being felt across the world, with July poised to become Earth's hottest month in at least the last 6,500 years. Christiane Benavides, CBS News, Miami.
We'll head over to the Weather Center now with Kris Hudson and take a look at how some of those extreme temperatures might be affecting us here in the North Country.
Well, they're not really affecting us here because we've just been where we should be for the past couple of days, and that's going to continue, although later this week we will start warming up, but nothing that we haven't seen before. As far as that northeast satellite and radar, you can see really not a whole lot going on. Some moisture off towards our west that will be moving its way this way by the time we get towards Monday. But first, weather is brought to you by Doors Plus in Adams Center. Here closer to home, you can see keeping it clear out there. Had a few rain showers in portions of St. Lawrence County right around Ogdensburg earlier. That's all cleared out. We're keeping it dry, and tonight will be a dry night for us. Mainly clear as well. Lows will be dropping down into the lower 60s, so just a tad warmer than we have been the past couple of nights. But still, it's going to be a nice night for us with rain in the forecast for our Monday. So I'll have details on that coming up in just a few. Zach?
Thank you, Kris. With this summer's extreme heat, airlines are being pushed to the limits. Companies are reducing baggage, fuel, and sometimes even passengers to help their aircrafts operate. The House of Representatives hopes to help, passing a wide-ranging bill to improve air travel. CBS News correspondent Christina Ruffini with the latest.
Surging summer delays.
We were delayed, and then we were delayed more.
Mounting cancellations.
It got canceled. We don't know why, and they're not going to fly us out till 2 days from now.
And a record number of travelers.
It was just very overwhelming.
Have made habitually horrible peak summer travel feel even worse.
We understand that airlines don't control the weather, but they still need to meet certain basic standards of taking care of customers.
Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg is pursuing new rules that would require companies to compensate passengers for delays or cancellations that are the fault of the airline.
One thing we've found is that even threats of regulation can motivate airlines to do the right thing.
But the airlines say the FAA is also to blame, pointing to a shortage of staff and air traffic controllers. The FAA says weather and the volume of flights were actually the biggest drivers of delays in the last year, and that it's working to hire more air traffic controllers, as well as launching new online videos that explain to passengers in real time what's happening in the sky.
We're watching this very closely, and we're hoping to get around.
But flight disruptions aren't the only challenge for travelers. A massive backlog of passport applications has potential international passengers waiting up to 13 weeks for documents, causing missed trips, non-refundable charges, and a flood of constituents begging members of Congress for help.
There's only a few times in your life when you actually need your government. This is one of those moments.
Also complicating things, a potential UPS strike, which could make those expedited passports take even longer. Christina Ruffini, CBS News, Washington.
The Jefferson County SPCA hosted a cornhole tournament Saturday in the city of Watertown, aiming to help raise funds for North Country Four-Legged Friends. The all-day event started up at 10 a.m. with family-friendly activities, fresh food, and of course the cornhole tournament. As well, the SPCA showcased a variety of different animals throughout the afternoon looking for their forever home. All the proceeds from the event will go towards the day-to-day necessities and operations for the SPCA. Still ahead on 7 News, from the Rapids to the Red and Black, Rob Krone wraps up the weekend in sports across the North Country. Plus, monster trucks and motorcycles take to the dirt. We get a first-hand look at the madness going on in Evans Mills.
From the North Country's news station, you're watching 7 News this evening with Brendan Straub. Weekend weather with Kris Hudson. And your North Country sports with Rob Krone.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Well, for North Country residents, the Monsters of Motorsports spent the whole weekend racing around the track in Evans Mills, leaving mayhem and memories for all in attendance. 7 News reporter Sandy Torres got a first-hand look at all the fun, getting a chance to talk with both those behind the wheel and in the stands.
Monsters on the loose at Evans Mills Raceway Park. Known for his monster truck bounty hunter, monster rider Jimmy Cretin says it is great to bring the Extreme Monster Truck Series to the North Country again.
I came by here all the time when I was going from home, Kansas to Canada, doing shows, and I was looking at, as I was passing through, I was looking, God, this would be a great place to do a monster truck show. And that's how it really got started.
Bounty Hunter is a crowd favorite. Some were having the extreme experience for the first time.
I have my son, he's gonna be 4 in a couple of weeks, so this is part of his birthday opening celebration for Leo season.
Others wanted to know what riding on a monster truck felt like before catching the show. The monster trucks were not the only ones showing off on the track. Freestyle motocross pro riders were flying high in the air. One of them is Alex Roseborough. He has been riding for 25 years and jumping for 8.
We jump 75 feet. We do all different kinds of stunts, but we do flip tricks and whips and yeah, pretty much just have fun and put on a show.
He says defying gravity on his bike has become second nature, but it took some time and practice.
Well, it truly is a dream come true. I mean, I was the kid as well, you know, looking up to the people that I admire. So yeah, to be that person now and put on the good figure and, you know, try to have kids go in the right direction, and that's, you know, what it's all about.
Sandy Torres, 7 News.
Kris Hudson is back after this break with your full forecast.
Now, tonight's weather.
Well, it's been a really nice day for us today. Been a nice breeze. The humidity has been low, and you can see out there on the St. Lawrence River, really not a whole lot going on. A boat just passed there and a jet ski as well, so people are out enjoying the warm weather that we're seeing, and that's going to be continuing as we go through the rest of the week. As far as here in downtown Watertown, you can see really not a whole lot going on. Keeping it clear. Tonight will be a nice clear night for us. That current temperature, though, 80 degrees, so right where we should be for this time of the year. Just a little bit warmer than it was yesterday, with winds coming out of the west-southwest at 8 miles per hour. So very nice out there. Dew points are very, very comfortable at 57 degrees. That's not going to be the case as we go throughout the next several days. Our high today was 81, low 62. Probably going to be back down in the lower 60s for lows tonight. And then tomorrow is looking like a warmer day as well. 81 degrees for you in Messina, 80 degrees for Canton, 81 also for Ogdensburg, 80 degrees for Fort Drum, and 76 degrees though for Barnes Corner. So yeah, some of us are in the 70s, the rest of us are in the 80s. So it is very nice out there to enjoy this evening. And then as we go overnight tonight, we're keeping it dry and we're keeping it mainly clear as well. Few clouds for some locations though. Lows by early tomorrow morning, dropping down into the lower 60s. So another nice night to keep the air conditioner off, open the windows. But as we go throughout the day on our Monday, we have rain in the forecast and our humidity starts to increase as well. I think Lake Ontario stays dry tomorrow, 82. St. Lawrence River, though, we have a chance for showers in the afternoon with highs getting up into the mid-80s for the St. Lawrence River. So a warm day is expected. Maybe a few showers to dodge along the river, but I really don't think that's going to be the bigger concern for us tomorrow. I think it's more going to be Lewis County and southern St. Lawrence County. So by tomorrow morning, we're keeping it dry. Still a lot of sunshine out there. Still think that we see quite a bit of sunshine throughout the day Monday. As we get into the afternoon, instability starts building and we start seeing some showers and thunderstorms forming. Some of these could be on the strong to severe side. More worried about St. Lawrence County and Lewis County than I am Jefferson County because of our lake breeze. But nonetheless, tomorrow afternoon, a few heavy rain showers and thunderstorms could be possible, and they could be on the strong to severe side. But I'm really not anticipating severe weather to move through. And then as we go towards Tuesday, a little bit more chance of rain on Tuesday, but still not going to be a washout by any means. Highs this week, they will be building up close to 90 degrees by the time we get towards Thursday. With the increase in our temperatures comes an increase in our dew points as well. You can see as we get towards the middle of the week, it's going to be humid to very humid. With that will come a high heat index as well. We could see heat advisories towards the middle of the week because our heat index values could be in the mid to upper 90s, close to 100 degrees for some locations. So how does this look on our extended forecast? Well, Monday, a chance of showers and breezy. By the time we get towards Thursday, we're talking hot conditions. Heat index values feels like temperatures in those mid to upper 90s on Thursday, and then rain returns on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Like I said, best chance for rain tomorrow is going to be in Lewis County and St. Lawrence County away from Lake Ontario, where that lake breeze is not in place. So if you have outdoor plans tomorrow, be aware of that because you could get a little bit of rain.
That graphic looked like my 401k just falling off at the end there. We'll be right back after this. Unionized workers at Yellow could be the next to take the picket lines after a federal judge rejected the trucking company's attempt to stop their strike. Yellow is one of the nation's largest freight carriers and employs roughly 30,000 workers. A federal judge has denied the trucking giant's attempt to block a unionized strike that the company warns could cause it to plunge into bankruptcy. The Teamsters Union warned that it could strike after the company missed a pension and health care payment deadline for some of its 22,000 unionized workers. The union says the strike could start as soon as Monday. Yellow filed a request asking for a temporary restraining order to prevent the strike, saying it would force the company into a Chapter 7 liquidation bankruptcy proceeding. U.S. District Judge Julie Robinson rejected that motion, with Yellow saying that it will appeal the ruling. And American Airlines agreed to raise its pilot contract offer by more than $1 billion. The airline decided to bring up its offer up to par with competitors United Airlines. United reached an agreement with its pilots that would give aviators up to a 40% raise. American's new offer reaches about $9 billion in incremental compensation and benefits. Pilots would also receive pay raises and bonuses. American Airlines CEO Robert Isom says they hope to ratify the agreement in August. The Allied Pilots Association, however, says the offer included the least critical elements prioritized by the board. Rob, what are we prioritizing in sports tonight?
Well, we flew down to the Alex Duffy Fairgrounds and got some early highlights from the Rapids game with Oneonta. That coming up next.
Now your North Country Sports.
It's time for your Toyota Sports Report. The Watertown Rapids playing a Sunday afternoon contest at Toyota Field, hosting the Oneonta Outlaws in PGCBL action. The Rapids looking to rebound from a doubleheader loss to Mohawk Valley Saturday night, 8-5 and 6-5. Bottom one, the Rapids looking to get on the board. David McCann singles to left field. Jax Miller slips coming around third and is gunned down. Game still scoreless. Top two, Oneonta takes the lead. Anthony Barone goes the other way. He's singling to right. Jack Hopko comes in to score. 1-0 Outlaws. Top 3 Beaver River product and Rapid starter Jonah Shearer gets the strikeout. This game in the 4th inning with the Rapids trailing Oneonta 1-0. Watertown Red and Black hosted Troy in a GDFL contest at George Ashcraft Field last night. After a slow start, the Red and Black would roll. Mel Bustler was on the sidelines and has the story.
Red and Black get on the board first. Sean Johnson with a 29-yard strike to Zachary Todd. Watertown goes on top 6-0. Troy has an answer. CJ Tarver connects with Josh Mason. 35-yard pass play. Troy goes on top 7-6. Second quarter, Red and Black defense comes up with an interception. Jalen Duggan doing the honors. Corey Smith takes over. First, a 1-yard power run. And then the 2-point conversion, Red and Black on top, 14-7. Then on defense, Smith comes up with the interception and returns it 75 yards for the touchdown as time runs out in the first half. Smith with the championship belt as Watertown leads 21-7 at the half. Third quarter, Sean Johnson to Samaj James. The play covers 40 yards for the touchdown, 28-7 Red and Black. Fourth quarter, Jalen Duggan will separate the receiver from the ball with this hit. Sean Johnson throws for 4 touchdowns. Corey Smith ends up with 2 interceptions for touchdowns. Red and Black go on to beat Troy 41-7.
I'm very proud of everybody on both sides of the ball. Special teams played very well. It was an exciting game. You know, the score might not look like it was, but it was a very exciting game, and I'm very proud of everybody. The coaches called a great game on both sides of the ball. People are listening and doing what we're asking them to do, and hopefully we can just carry this through.
Nothing special, really. I'm just listening to what my coaches tell me to do, listen to my players, and get out there, get it done. I mean, we really just been putting the work in. Listen to what coaches are telling us, and we go out there, we execute.
I'm just proud to be a part of a great team, and our philosophy is just to be humble, hungry, and disciplined. And it gets us through the games and just to have fun.
From the Alex Duffy Fairgrounds, Mel Bustler, 7 News Sports.
Well, it's an incredible achievement for a first-year team. The Thousand Island Spirits will host the North American Box Lacrosse League Championship game a week from today at 3 p.m. at the town of Alexandria Municipal Arena. The Spirits will be riding a 7-game win streak after beating the Utica Yeti 22-13 on Friday night to improve to 7-2 on the season. Spirits owner and GM Nate Jobson says a lot of people have played a key role in the team's success as they get ready to host the Upstate Championship game.
You know, a lot of hard work, my coaches, so many volunteers, the community has helped us a lot, sponsors, none of it could happen without them. So, you know, we've had so much support, and that's really what's gotten us to where we are. So it's exciting that we get to host right there in the Bay.
All right, and that's going to do it.
Kris, what can we expect for this weekend as we go ahead into Monday?
Well, so Monday we're going to have a few showers here or there, mainly for Lewis County and St. Lawrence County, breezy at times as well. As we go throughout the week, though, getting hot by Thursday, highs will be around 90 degrees. Feels like temperatures, though, in the mid-90s to upper 90s. So, yeah, the heat is on this week, but it's short-lived because by next weekend, back down to right around where we should be.
And we will be back at 11 with 7 News Tonight. Thank you for joining us.